Many baby boomers are getting close to retirement or might even be retired already. And besides supporting themselves, a quarter of them are also financially responsible for an additional adult in the family, whether it's an aging parent or a grown child.
Well, here to help baby boomers navigate this role is Jim Heafner. He's the president of Heafner Financial. He's known as the Carolina's retirement coach, and he joins us each Wednesday to help us get financially fit. And we're talking about baby boomers. Welcome to the show first.
Thank you. Good morning.
Talking about baby boomers, but the problem they have with aging parents, and then the burden that is and that it causes on the baby boomers. So I want you to go ahead and walk us through some of that.
Well, it's probably one of the most difficult areas we'll ever deal with, right? Because these are our parents who, after all, and we want to do all we can for them. And I see that people really do. The problem is, how much help will they let us give them, right? And how much control will they give up? I find that aging parents are very hard-headed about their money, just like I will be when I'm old, and probably just like you'll be when you're very old, right?
Indeed.
Because our driver's license, our home, our money are things we just want to hang on to and not give up control. So at some point, it's going to be that you'll probably end up having to take control. At what point, that's up to you guys to figure out. But you'll be responsible for managing their assets and paying their bills.
How can you, help aging parents while not derailing your own retirement plans?
Well, I think the first thing is to make sure you have the legal documents in place. Get a power of attorney in place that you can act for them when they can't. Don't wait until it's too late and you have to take them to court and prove they're incompetent. Get it done now and get a health care power of attorney done as well. Encourage them to get long-term care insurance in some form. There are numerous forms available today. And make their home as livable, whether it's your home or their home, make it as livable as possible so they can be safe and as independent as possible without bugging you and have their own sense of pride as well.
Here it is. A lot of older people are susceptible to a lot of scams, and a lot of scams are coming out. How can, as a baby boomer, how can you avoid your parents from being involved in a scam?
I'm not sure you can. It's tough. As we get older and our minds are not as focused on our day-to-day, it's tough. It's tough. I've seen situations where a client was sure he had won the lottery. You've seen those.
You've seen those things.
And all you have to do is send $1,000 and you'll get your $1 million. And then it's $2,000 and $5,000. His kids couldn't convince him. I couldn't convince him. He spent it all. He's no longer with us, but that's one of those things that it's out there. When my mom was living at home independently, people would come in to fix things, and they would walk out with stuff, and she didn't notice. So it's really difficult. But we watch the checkbooks, the credit card statements for large expenses. My mom gave a lot of money to charity, more than she intended, because she'd forget she had just written the check last month. She'd do it again and again. And charities won't say, no, you're sending too much money.
Exactly.
So it's up to you to check and see, are your parents sending money to places that are inappropriate or maybe too much for their own good?
These are all important things to think about, of course. And it's not just aging parents, it's adult children, too, who might be living in your house that can put a wrench in things.
I really see this as a bigger problem. It's not as emotional. Well, they're both emotional, but it's difficult because so often we give them room and board. Prepare their meals for them, do their laundry, and it's not a big deal. But that adds up, right? Sometimes I see that parents will actually go buy a home to rent to their children, to their child. I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with that child who can't rent a home that's perfectly good on the market today? And the reason is they want to subsidize. They want to lower the rent and help the child out. Just give them some money. That's what you're doing. You're giving them money. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But be aware it's going to impact your world.
Okay, because it's going to impact you. So you have to actually budget as a baby boomer now. And you have to budget for that as well as retirement for your family and retirement for your young kids.
You've got to budget for all kinds of things that could come up. And those are two very likely ones. Your parents having to take care of them, and your children, because you may end up taking care of them too while they're still capable and competent and just need your help. So make them accountable. Get them involved somehow. Let them pay for something. Don't be aiding their dependents. Help them pay some of the bills so they can see it's a real world and they got to survive on their own at some point.
It's good advice, Jim. If you need help planning for retirement, you need to work with a trusted financial professional like Jim Heafner. Call him. The first 5 qualified Charlotte Today viewers will receive a complimentary, no-obligation financial review. The number is 704 552-1230. You must have a minimum of $500,000 in assets to qualify. You can also visit Jim's website. It's you'lljustknow.com, you'lljustknow.com. And the phone number one more time, 704-552-1230. Jim Heafner, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.